I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos. Okay.
Oh, what's good, everybody? What's good, party people? Welcome to Blorange Tears.
Hold on. Can you hear me? Say something? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we have technical difficulties or not. I hope that everyone can hear me because I am trying. I don't know if my headphones are in right. Should be. Knicks family, how are we doing this afternoon? As usual, I am the one and only Hoodie Kev, broadcasting to you from no other, live from my job. Hope to put on a good show for you tonight. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Uncle Freezy's. I don't know what's wrong with Uncle Freezy's volume there. He made me think it was me. Broadcasting you live. Yeah, we got some interesting things to discuss. It's Knicks off season, so all anyone can do is speculate and formulate ideas that we think will help the benefit of the team. I got to excuse my office.
Yo, what's good, boss? Can you hear me?
I hear you now. You driving to some backwoods South Carolina town?
Yeah, I'm driving backwoods, South Carolina. Yeah, I'm driving. Hold on.
I was just giving kind of an introduction to what's going on. Anyways, It is my belief that the goal of every franchise, you would think, is to put together the best team possible for future success. Some organizations do it better than others, but you would think that is the goal. Is to put their organizations, like when the president of basketball operations wakes up on day one of the off season, their number one thought should be, how can I make my team better than it was next year?
Right. Right, that should be the goal, right? Okay. I'm with you.
That should be the goal. Now, some organizations are at different stages of that. Some are at the beginning stages. Some are like, okay, how do we stay at the level that we're at, but just improve a little bit? But there's one team that's like, hey, we at the top of the mountain. What can we do to stay at the top of the mountain? There's always that one team, and that team is usually the champion. The Knicks are somewhere on the totem pole of we're good. We had success. Albeit a little unexpected, but we had success. So, Sarge.
What's good, Kev? Breezy,
Not
how
much.
you doing?
Giving my little soliloquy of where the Knicks are on the totem pole of success.
As I tell my soldiers, carry on.
So the Knicks are somewhere on the totem pole of we're good, we have success. How do we take the next steps to build upon that success?
Right.
So we can be at the top of the mountain.
Right.
Because everyone wants to get there. It's what path are you going to take to get to the top?
Right.
And that's what leads us to this show here today. Is if any of us were Leon Rose and we woke up and we said, how do we get to the top of the mountain? Because a lot of people have different pathways or ideas of pathways we should go. You get to that fork in the road and it's like, do we go young? Do we trade everything? Do we trade something?
Right.
Which path do the Knicks take?
That's an interesting question, and I think it would be predicated on, first of all, how invested are you in what the team as currently constructed is, and how do you feel, or what do you feel would be the most optimum move to restructure or add pieces and remove pieces to make us better? I think, well, that's kind of my mind frame. But somebody could come in and say, well, I just believe that I should fire everybody except for Julius Randle. Just blow all that up and keep Julius Randle and build around that. And then you have some that will come in and say, well, based on Randle's performance in the playoffs, let's trade Randle while his value is still up, and then let's go that route. So I guess it just depends on what side of the coin that you're on, really.
Duly noted.
I'm just saying.
Let's explore it. Do you want to start the star? How you build it? Somebody let me know something.
We all know where I land on what side of the fence I'm on.
I definitely know where Kev stands. That is not a question. I definitely know where you stand on this issue right here. That is never a question.
Listen, I'm the kind of person that I believe, like, we had Melo, and Melo is an all-time great. He is, right? He is.
Right. Yep.
At one point in time, one of the best.
Yep.
My love of the Knicks began in the Patrick Ewing era.
Okay, fair.
And Patrick Ewing, by all accounts, was one of the biggest names, one of the biggest stars in the game of basketball.
In the game, I agree, 100%.
Right. From being on the Dream Team to being in Space Jam to, he was, when you thought of basketball in the 90s, Patrick Ewing was somewhere in the discussion, right?
Yep.
And as much as I appreciated Melo, I believe this. There was a time where Patrick Ewing was probably one of the top 5 best players
in the NBA. I agree.
Top 5.
Yes.
And people can sleep on Patrick Ewing all they want to, but he was.
I agree.
Can I sit here and say that at any given time was Carmelo Anthony a top 5 player in the NBA?
You can say that, but you'd be lying.
I'd be lying.
Yes.
So technically, excuse me, if that's the case, the Knicks haven't had a true star. When I mean star, I mean a star is because the Patrick Ewing era lasted 15 years.
True.
For 15 years, Patrick Ewing carried this organization on his back. I'm surprised he ain't got back problems right now. That's a lot of weight. Probably he ain't hunched over somewhere.
Stop it.
My back, it killed me.
My knees and my back and my knees.
We need to start calling him John Henry. As much work he had to put in 15
Hey, y'all,
years.
I'm having audio issues.
You
can't hear me, right? Y'all can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you
Y'all
now.
can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can't hear y'all.
You can't?
So I'm having audio issues. I'm gonna jump out and jump back in.
Okay. He was just in the car. Freezy be moving, boy.
Yeah.
He be moving. But I agree with you 100%, Kev. Go ahead.
So the Knicks haven't had a bona fide superstar in 21 years.
Okay, I go with that.
And Julius Randle had a great season, a terrific season. All-star, most improved player, second team All-NBA.
Bam.
Can you hear us, Freezy?
Yes, I can hear y'all.
Okay.
And you know what? You know how I fixed it?
How?
I plugged the headphones in.
That usually tends to work.
Somehow they came out and I didn't notice.
Oh my God! So
Yeah.
some things you should not share, Freezy. I'm just saying, some things you should not share.
Hey, some things that are technical are less technical than what you think.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Yeah,
Hello,
man.
19 con, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. I know we're not in on our regularly scheduled time. I wanted to get here a little bit earlier, but I kept getting telephone calls from this dude that's in love with Russell Westbrook.
Let's guess who that was.
I don't know. It could be millions of people.
It could be, but I would venture to guess if I was a betting man, if I had to put my whole paycheck on one particular bet, I would bet that it's someone that's in the hotel industry business, in the managerial aspect that's probably at work right now.
Right.
That's who I would probably bet on.
It's probably City for real. That's what I bet on.
It's somebody that I support 100%, right?
Yep.
So Hoodie Kev, let me show you this. So remember when I told you I was gonna do the thumbnail, right?
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, work. Use your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, services.
Use your phone, man. There
Yeah.
you go.
So this is what I made for Hoodie Kev in less than an hour. I talked to him. I spoke with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I did something for him. Took my wife to go get dinner and raced back, and this is what I did for Hoodie Kev. I'm gonna show you. So that Hoodie Kev knows that this is not a game that we play, that we are serious about this.
This is about what we do.
Yes. So this is what I drew up in less than an hour, right? Right. This is what I drew up here. This. all these things for Hoodie Kev. This, and this for Hoodie Kev.
See, you gonna force him into a conversation.
Right.
That's what's about to happen. Because when you put this up on the screen, you gotta talk about it.
Yeah, this is what we talked about. And so I told him, I said, hey bro, listen. If we gotta do it, we gotta do it right. You can't just it can't be hop along Cassidy. If we do it, we got to do it right.
Right.
So I drew up the data. I got the data for him,
Mm-hmm.
and we can speak to it.
That
right.
And that's what it is. That's a roadmap to success for all intents and purposes, right? So
right.
You're not just willy-nilly out there having conversations about the weather that's here in Tampa. Don't nobody care about the weather in Tampa but me. Why? Because I live here.
Right.
Nobody else cares about what's going on.
Because because you are under the weather.
Exactly.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Right. So yeah, so it's one of those things, man, that you know, it's all about perspective.
It is.
And I was getting real deep into a thing, and I had to stop myself. Brother Brooklyn Contreras was good. Was good because everybody don't understand perspective and point of reference and things like that. They don't understand, like, you know what I'm saying, being on one spot and taking some type of instrument of geometry and drawing a circle around you and do it. Yeah, all this stuff. Yeah. That ain't for this conversation.
No. We gonna be off that conversation right there.
Right. So Hoodie Cab talked to me about getting Russell Westbrook and how just having Westbrook makes us a championship contender. And I said, Kev, listen, some things involve chemistry.
Yes, absolutely.
You have to have chemistry through repetitions. You do things through repetition. It's why you know what I'm saying, you go out on, you know, it's why you do certain things. Right. And so you can get used to who it is that you going into stuff with. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like this dude McNutt, no lie. It's a dude named McNutt. He out there somewhere. He probably watching. Right? McNutt used to be like, he was from Arkansas. Mm-hmm. He used to be like, this ain't heat right here. This Alabama heat ain't nothing. We was at a place called Fort McClellan, Alabama.
Woo, I know what that is. I know exactly what that is.
Alabama heat ain't nothing. Arkansas heat is crazy. And so what he didn't figure is, you know, being out on a family picnic in Arkansas heat is one thing.
Yeah.
But being stressed in Alabama heat is something else.
That's totally different.
Totally different. And it's about perspective. Kayode Kid was good. So 19 comment NYC 84 says, Uncle Freezer, how do you feel about getting Kyle Lowry, DeRozan, and Ibaka on 2-year deals? I don't mind.
Yeah, if it's possible. You know what I'm saying? If it's in the cards to be able to do.
Right.
But we're not being. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sell the bank for those 3 players.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to do that.
That's exactly right.
It has to be within what the plan is for the team moving forward, and that's what I want Knicks fans to understand. Right, we get enamored with these names, right? The Lowrys, the DeRozans, the Ibaka. Yeah, great players in their own right, but will they be functional in a Tom Thibodeau scheme? We don't know, right? So what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to give up my core or what I believe to be my core to get these guys on the roster for a year or 2 years. I'm not going to do that.
Right. And Kayende Kid says, we eat with our eyes open and want everything on the table. Shaking my head. Yes. And you know what? Because when you hungry, all bets are off, brother. When you hadn't been fed in a long time, all bets are off.
And everything smells good.
Everything. Because see, it's not about food no more. It's about sustenance.
That's right.
It's about living.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's less about, this lobster tail with the truffle butter. It don't even matter.
It don't matter. Look, give me some spam or some crackling or whatever it is.
Whatever.
I'm about to go in on it for real.
Right. You're right. Right then, you're eating to live, not living to eat.
That's right. Absolutely.
So, but to Hoodie Cav's point, right? Hoodie Cav made a point with me on the telephone. He was like, "Yo, if you do it, man, blah blah blah." So his thing is, you need to have a star lead this team. You need to have a star to lead this team.
So, here we go. He wanted to come back, but he couldn't.
But he can't.
Look, this is my chance right here. I'm about to seize this opportunity. So this is what I would say, Freezy. I would say that there are different levels to when we throw the term out star, right? There are different levels to what a star actually means.
Right.
So first of all, we need to understand that. Then we need to understand what contribution said player has to the team in a holistic aspect. Does that player is he contributing to the scheme of what the team is doing. Because as you saw, our team last year, those guys played for one another. Right. You don't want somebody to come in and disrupt that camaraderie. That kind of camaraderie you can't buy. That's something that's genuine. And when you got guys that are, it's just like, you know, when we out there on training exercises or whatever the case may be, you tend to put a lot of faith in the guy to your left and your right because you know they got your back. Right. So when you deploy and you in the fight and you're not foxhole, I know if I'm looking to my left and Freezy's on my left, I know I don't have to worry about my left. I know I ain't got to worry about that. That's good. I can go out there and do what I need to do without having to worry about my left. That's the same aspect that these guys go in when you tip the ball and you say, well, this is the guy that's at the 5 or the 3 or whatever position they're in. You're fighting for one another. So when we talk about stars, I'm not so enamored with a name per se versus a person that's a good fit. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what your name is. Your name is irrelevant to me because if you're living on namesake, that means that you missed the boat. Right. That means that, you know, you're living on whatever great thing that has your name catapulted to the top of the list and have people looking at you. That's what you're living off of, not what your current contribution is. Right. And that's when I worry about people when we talk about stars. Right. I don't care about a star. That don't matter to me. I want that grimy dude, that dog that's gonna come in here and make sure that what I'm doing for you is the best thing for the team. Period. Right. Don't care about nothing else. See, don't put me on ISO cam like that, Freezy. I ain't used to that kind of stuff.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. My cousin told me. Right. My cousin Andre was like, "Yo, you know how you gonna make it through basic training? Do everything better than everybody else." and I was like, what? He's like, you know how you gonna make it out of basic training? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just go ahead and do, man. All this, I'm not worried about that. I know we all people. He like, no, every day do the task better than everybody else.
Facts.
Right. Be dependable. Right. Yep. And so we about and I ain't gonna and I know we're gonna talk about NBA stars, but so about our 4th weekend, cats remember your name now. That's private such and such. Yep. You know, such and such. Yep. He the one that with the shiny.
They call you by your last name. Your first name is irrelevant. Everybody calls you by your last name. Right.
Because I remember the first time Drill Sergeant Agassiz called me, you know, Private Uncle Freezy. And I was like, he said my name. You know what I'm saying? He said my name. I must be, you know what I'm saying? He remember who I am now. So, but it was raining cats and dogs. No lie, it was raining cats and dogs and it was cold. It was about 40 degrees. And 40 degrees don't seem cold unless you've been out there in the weather all day. See, we had been out in the weather all day, right? And it was raining cats and dogs, man. And dudes was thinking about quitting. He was like, man, this ain't what they said on the commercials. You know what I'm saying? This ain't what the recruiter told me. Yeah. And I remember and I remember the drill sergeant came up to us. He's like, y'all ready to quit? Right? I'm gonna make y'all quit. And he threw a box of MREs at us because we were supposed to road march back to the rear to the chow hall, right? Right. Right. But instead, you know, we at least we get to get in the building. You know what I'm saying? At least we get in the building, get out of this rain. He threw us a box of MREs, and this was about early November. So if we know we weren't road marching back for dinner, we know we weren't road marching back for the night. Right. You know, because the sun go down early in the fall, right?
That's right.
So dudes saw crime, man, wine or whatever, and so just get some big guy in some big position come by, and he walked by, and he was like, "What's your name, Private?" And I said, blah blah blah. My name is U.S. Army. And but you could see he was like, "Oh, we got one." He's like, "Yeah, we got one," because I told him my name is U.S. Army.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if that's the kind of dudes that we need to follow up with these stars that we get.
Yes.
Because everybody's not going to be the star.
That's right.
But you need like some dudes that's going to fall in. Oh, hold on. I got it. Hold on for just.
So I think what Frieza was about to say was, from a Knicks standpoint, is what we're looking for would be someone that's going to benefit the team holistically, right? So in the chat, let me know. And you know, we get enamored with these different names that people drop here and there. You talk about the today's news is the Zion Williams thing, right? Miss me with all that. Or you talk about, you know, when people throw out that the Knicks have mutual interest with said star, whatever. I don't care about none of that. None of that matters to me because it's all white noise. It is a is a tactic for people to click on your website. You know what? when the name comes across, click on this link right here and let's see what happens, right? Or let me buy your paper because you posted that. Who are we talking about? Zion has interest, or Lonzo Ball has interest, or the next thing you're going to hear. Mark my words, you heard it here first. The very next thing you're going to hear is Luka Doncic has interest or mutual interest with the New York Knicks. Watch and see.
I'll tell you, if can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, Kev.
I've never seen a team that so many players in the course of the last 20 years have had so much mutual interest in joining. I mean,
exactly.
Every year you hear players like, "I love the Garden is great. I love to play here," and this player has mutual interest in it. When players on the show, we don't get, we get the Wayne Ellingtons,
yeah, stop it,
Alec Burks, the Al Harringtons, the Maurice Taylors, the Clarence Weatherspoons, the Jerome James. Those are we don't get LeBron James and Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and
we don't get
all the other superstar free agents. We don't get them. We can get, but everybody always has so much mutual interest
in the Knicks
in joining.
That just boggles my mind. I'm telling you. But but this is what I would say to Knicks fans, right? I would say this: don't miss me with all that hyperbole and all that, you know, the sprinkling of the fairy dust and all these things, right? Because it's a gimmick. I'm telling you, it's a gimmick. So the same way that you ignore those calls that come to your cell phone from numbers that you don't recognize from all these telemarketers, I need for you to do the same thing with these people that give all this false information and these false narratives to you. You know what? Click them off. Don't pay attention to that, and don't give credence to that, because why? For what? For what purpose? I'm just saying.
It's a little bit crazy to me that, I mean, as you know, if you ask me, the Knicks will get a marquee name.
I agree.
I believe that wholeheartedly, and it won't be through free agency. We'll have to trade to get this player. Who that player is, I don't know. Uncle Freezy tried to grill me on, "Oh, hey, Uncle Freezy."
So look at that look he got on his face.
That's the
Driscoll look.
He tried to grill me earlier. Like, who is it gonna be? When is it? And I'm like, Uncle Freezy, I don't know. I don't have daily brunches with Leon Rose to figure out what he's gonna do.
Look, Freezy, nope. Let Kev go. Give him some latitude here.
Okay.
Give him a little bit of latitude.
All right.
Okay. Give him a little. Go ahead, Kev.
But see, Uncle Freezy has this thing, right? And he'll come on here, "Man, I'm double parked. I ain't got no time." And they turn around. "Let's do it slow." Wait a minute. What? That's like saying you parked on the street somewhere and you put a quarter in the meter, and the quarter is giving you like 10 minutes. But you know you're going on the stove for like 30 minutes.
Right.
And you're like, this one quarter be all right. It's all I want to spend on this parking, even though I know I'm going to be in there for 30 minutes.
Okay.
That's Uncle Freezy.
Okay.
And then he wonder why he comes out and got a ticket in his windshield.
So who
Kev,
put this ticket here?
Kev, I know people. G-Man for life too. He know people.
Yeah.
He can put that quarter in there and come back
in 30 minutes and not have it.
And the ticket won't be there. You know why? Because he know people.
That's right. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
I'm just saying.
I'm glad I'm not a parking a meter
violator.
Because
so you telling me?
Oh, that's Uncle Freezy car. I'm gonna get my pad up. I know that meter is expired.
Are you saying that you have never parked anywhere illegally and hope that when you came back from wherever you were going that you didn't have a ticket?
No.
You never.
No. I say that because I'm too cheap to park where there's places with meters at. So I don't mind parking way down the block somewhere and having to walk to my destination. Because I know, my car's be fine. I probably need to exercise anyways.
You know what? I can respect that, Kev. I can respect that right there. I swear I can.
So no, I've never had to worry about that. I ain't got to park in front of the stove.
But Kev, you boring us half to death. Who is it that you want? Damian Lillard.
No, absolutely not.
If it had to beat Damian Lillard, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't say, "Oh no, what was me? We got Damian Lillard."
Do you want Damian Lillard?
And what do you give up for him?
Listen, if this is a perennial all-star type
opening night, is Damian Lillard gonna be on the team?
No. But that doesn't mean somebody won't. Preferably, if you ask me who I want.
We know who you want.
No.
We don't know?
You know who I think the team is going to get. Okay. But that's not even who I want.
Oh, who do you want?
Is De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, you done threw a monkey wrench in the game. Because that's not who I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, that's who I want. Okay.
So what are you prepared to give up for a Fox? Is he a free agent this year?
No, he literally just signed a contract extension last year.
Okay, so we're not going to get him.
Oh, look, it's De'Aaron Fox's numbers. So in 2021, he averaged 25 points a game, 7 assists a game, 3 rebounds a game, 1 steal, while shooting 47% from the field, 32% from the free throw line, from 3-point line, and about 72% from the free throws.
Yep. Those are very impressive numbers.
Sign me up.
So how do you get him?
I'll be like, hey, Sacramento. The last time y'all were good, y'all traded for this big, bulky power forward who was an all-NBA type player.
Okay.
You had a lot of success with him.
Mm-hmm.
How about you run that era back, and I'll give you another all-NBA power forward with similar characteristics, traits, and skills.
So you want to trade Randall for Fox?
If that's what I don't want to, but if that's the cost that I have to pay, then we just have to bear that cost.
So I don't see them doing anything less than that, or it would be a combination of a couple different people. But we definitely gonna have to give up some assets to get a De'Aaron Fox out of Sacramento because they need to rebuild.
Hold on one second.
Yep. I love when Kev works. You know why I love when Kev works? I think I'm getting my money's worth.
Kev is definitely gonna give you your money's worth, right? but what he won't tell you is that first of all,
can y'all hear me?
Yes. We can
Can you hear me now?
Very loud and clear.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Your singers are very loud.
And now can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Kev. Can you hear us?
That's interesting.
What is he doing? What is he doing?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
What in the Santa party is Kev doing right there, Frazier?
I don't know. I don't know what Kev doing. I think he just wanted to interrupt us bashing him.
Is that what was going on?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, because what he said just doesn't make sense. You don't just go to a losing franchise and say, hey, I know y'all hadn't had a point guard since Mike Bibby, so give me your point guard. And in exchange, we're gonna give you something that you have duplicity at. Y'all got 9 power forwards, so we're gonna give y'all another one to make it an even 10.
Boy, look, go ahead, Kev, because you know what? I can see in your forehead you have a need to rebut that.
Go ahead and rebut that, Kev.
Go ahead.
It's the Sacramento Kings. They do crazy stuff all the time. One more crazy thing ain't gonna hurt them.
At some point, they got to learn, though, Kev. At some point, they understand that.
Why are we giving them the benefit of the doubt? They're gonna learn now. If they ain't been learning, why are we gonna say, oh, they automatically the lightning came on?
Because
I'm not doing that.
That's the kind of luck that we have. We got buzzard luck. So when people tend to get smart, it's when it's our turn in the shoot. That people say, well, you know what? That's probably not a good deal for us. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to need something else. I'm going to need you to do something different for me. Thoughts on us drafting Sharif Cooper? I like the Cooper deal. If we can get him.
Right.
That I think that is a solid pick. And if we can get him on a roster sitting behind someone that he can learn from, I think that he fits the timeline with the rest of the folks that we have on the roster as currently constructed. I like the Sharif Cooper deal.
I wanted to just real quick before we move to Sharif Cooper and get off the Aaron Fox. I just want, because I like Sharif Cooper also, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, I think he presents the same skills as De'Aaron Fox, except with the verticality. He can't jump like De'Aaron Fox,
right?
But for the most part, the speed and quickness, the shiftiness, the being able to pass, they have the same deficiencies. They can't shoot. But in terms of De'Aaron Fox, though, Kev, how does trading your best player for another team's best player make our team any different? Like, how does De'Aaron Fox, trading Julius Randle for De'Aaron Fox, make the Knicks better?
Natural progression. Right? Uncle Freezy says it all the time. You have to believe that RJ Barrett and Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickley, and even Kevin Knox and Mitchell Robinson are going to take the natural steps to be better. And with this scenario is you have to believe that Obi Toppin is going to be ready. So his natural progression is why I think you make that trade.
Okay. So you're gonna trade an all NBA player for a stat pattern on another team and think the guy that was backing up the all NBA guy is ready.
How is he a stat pattern? What is a stat pattern?
Y'all called Julius Randle that last year.
You said there's no such thing.
And I believe there's no such thing.
So how can you say there's no such thing and then call somebody else that?
Because I'm not okay. All right. Okay. Whatever. All right. How, Kev? How does this dude make the Knicks better?
How does he make it better?
Is he an elite defender? Is he what Tom Thibodeau has been looking for?
Why do people think you have to be an elite defender to play for Tom Thibodeau?
Because if you're not going to get on the court.
No, De'Aaron Fox will get on the court.
Why?
He ain't gonna not play De'Aaron Fox.
Why?
What do you mean? So
What?
the
Okay.
Knicks are going to trade for De'Aaron Fox, and Tom Thibodeau like, I'm not going to play him at all.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, so in that conversation, the question is going to come up, what kind of defender is he?
Let me ask you a question. Has Derrick Rose ever in his career been considered an elite defender?
No.
Why are you asking him a question when he asked you a question?
No.
I'm because it makes sense. Derrick Rose, Tom Thibodeau's darling,
Right.
has never, ever, even when he was young Derrick Rose,
Right.
has never been an elite defender.
Right. I agree. I agree with everything you just said. But guess what? Derrick Rose and Tom Thibodeau have history. They know how one another thinks, and he knows when he puts Derrick Rose on the floor, Derrick Rose is going to enforce his the scheme of play that he wants to have done on the floor. He is essentially a coach on the floor. So a De'Aaron Fox, not so much. So before I even bring you into my organization, because you're going to be playing in front of Derrick Rose, that's number one.
So wait a minute. Is it Tom Thibodeau who makes personnel moves?
Do you actually believe that any player that comes to this organization does not get the blessing from the head coach and the scheme of play?
No. I'll give you the perfect example. And his name is Obadiah Toppin.
Obadiah who?
Toppin.
Okay, so
you're not gonna sit here and tell me that Tom Thibodeau on draft night is like, that's who I want right there. You're not gonna sit here and tell me Tom Thibodeau said, yep, that's who I want. Obi Toppin.
I would never sit here and try to convince you that happened. But what I'm telling you is this: that is a force-fed thing that whomever in the front office chose to use their draft picks on Obi and quickly. That's what they did, because Thibodeau was fresh, just like everybody else.
No. Because as you say, he's known Leon Rose for 30 years. They buddy.
Who?
Tom Thibodeau and Leon Rose.
I don't care about that. What I'm saying is, in this skill set, in this front office, everybody's new in this role. Now, me and you, we
this is about two people. This is about Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau. Yeah, Leon Rose puts the team together, and you said, don't you think they had to have on? Like, so my thing is this: Leon, regardless of anybody else in the front office, Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau know each other.
Okay.
Leon Rose wanted to draft Obi Toppin.
And he did.
You're not going to sit here and tell me Tom Thibodeau wanted to draft Obi Toppin.
I don't know what he wanted. But I will promise you this: it wasn't just up to Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau. There are other people that had input into that decision as well.
At the end of the day, whose decision is it? Who has the final decision?
The general manager or the president of basketball operations.
Leon Rose, right? If you was the president of basketball operations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Sarge, look, this is kid, blah. We need to get him.
Right.
But you were like, you know what? I really like this kid over here. And then Uncle Freezy said, Sarge, listen, there's this kid over here. Blah.
Right.
But you're like, I really just like this kid right here.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you're going to go with who? My guy, Uncle Freezy's guy, or your guy?
What I'm going to go with is the dude that I pay to make these decisions for me. Which is I'm gonna get with my scouts and figure out what the upside, the downside is, and I'm gonna make decisions based on that. I understand exactly the argument that you're making. I do, and I will say this. I would say that at the end of the day, when it comes to whomever we picked at draft night or we didn't pick, or whatever the case may be, that's the guy that's on the team right now. That's what we got.
All I'm saying is everyone in the room can have an input, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone in the room can have an input.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, Leon Rose is the one who picks up the phone and calls in that draft pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
He don't like, okay, I'm gonna pass the ball, I'm gonna pass the phone to my scout. No. Leon Rose is gonna pick up the phone.
He's gonna say, "This is my pick."
And like, hey, Adam Silver, this is who the New York Knicks are taking at pick number whatever.
Yep. I agree. 100%.
So, with that being said, if Leon Rose went out and he got a $30 million a year player who averages 25 points a game, you can bet your bottom dollar he's gonna be playing.
I don't think you're gonna pay him that much, but okay.
No, that's how much he gets paid
right now.
Yeah, he already signed his contract extension.
Yeah, so he won't be coming to the Knicks. That's not happening. So
why is it not? Why would you not? Okay, because the thing is, if you didn't want to pay $40 million for a 30-year-old point guard or a 32-year-old point guard, I'm pretty sure paying a 24-year-old point guard $30 million is not a stretch. Like, there really is no argument for a 24-year-old point guard who averages 25 points a game.
Okay.
Like, eventually, you got to pay somebody.
You're right. You are exactly right. But what else are you giving up to get a De'Aaron Fox to the Knicks? Because money alone is not going to get it. You're not going to call Sacramento and say, this is what we got going on. That's not going to happen. Am I talking to myself right now? I am. Okay. That's fine. I'm good.
No, you're not talking to yourself.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm good with that. But just, what I want Kev to realize is this, right? These players that we throw these names out there willy nilly, right. and like that, they're just gonna the organization is gonna say, okay, Knicks, just because you call, just because Leon Rose calls and says, hey, I want your guy, he's gonna be like, okay, yeah, good, yeah, here you go, take him.
It don't happen like that.
No, it don't. What I'm going to tell you is, okay, Freezy, check this out. If you want Fox, this is what I want from you. I need a Toppin. I need a Quickly. I need a Mitch.
A Mitch, definitely.
A Mitch, and I need at least 2 first-round draft picks. That's what I need for my man Fox.
Why? What do I need Randall for? That was the basically what I was starting the conversation with Kev when he said De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. So,
you remember I said they have 9 power forwards?
Yes. You don't need a Randall. So they're not going to ask for a Randall. The people that I just told you about is who they're going to ask for. And what you just did is you just sacrificed the Knicks' future for a point guard.
Well,
that's it. That's what we just did. And anybody that goes down that path is doomed to recreate the history that the Knicks have led for forever in a day. That's where we've been. And we don't want to go back down that path again at all. Say Kev wants to have cake and on the bakery.
Right.
Life doesn't work like that.
Right. And so the deal is I'm not saying that acquiring De'Aaron Fox is out of the question.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
What I am questioning, though, is what you give up to get him and how he fits here with us.
Yeah. Facts.
Because a basketball fit doesn't necessarily mean a personality fit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are not built to play in New York.
That's right. That's a fact.
So
go ahead, Freddie.
I was gonna. The thing I'm saying is like some people are built for pressure, right? Like with me, I feel like I'm built for pressure, and it's not in a attractive way either. It's because when you go through a lot, you've been through a lot of stuff. Certain pressures don't get to you because you already been through it before. Right, and that's not the pretty part. That's the ugly part. I don't want to get into that because it's whatever. But my point is when you've been there and you've been through some stuff, you built a certain way, right?
Right.
Like when you be around when you're a kid, you see adults arguing and putting their hands on each other and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then when you get out in the street and you see adults putting their hands on each other, you like that ain't nothing. I see that at home.
Yeah, that's every day.
You know what I'm saying? So saying getting De'Aaron Fox and bringing him to New York don't mean he's going to be a personality fit.
Right.
And on top of that, he's been throwing shade at the Knicks for no other reason but to throw shade at the Knicks since he was drafted.
Ooh.
He the one on Twitter throwing shade. How New York like that? And what we like? What we ain't got no beef with you. Why you throwing out random beef? Swiper.
Yep.
So let me get this straight.
Wait. So it's already straight. Ain't no need for nobody to straighten it up.
Look, because I'm very confused.
We straight talkers. We straight. G-Man, are you a straight shooter?
I am.
You're saying that a player who says something about a team cannot end up playing for that team later on?
No.
That's never happened?
No.
That's what it sounded like he was saying. So I'm
that was an addition to the catalyst of the conversation. So the crux of the conversation was about what are you giving up to get a De'Aaron Fox on the Knicks, and if doing so, would De'Aaron Fox be a good? That's the crux of the conversation.
Do you have to, Kev? Do you have to change the entire makeup of the team after you get De'Aaron Fox?
What do you mean?
What I just said.
Like when you say makeup, like the identity and how the team is ran?
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to blow it up.
Blowing up and changing the identity. No. Blowing up
is one and the same in this scenario.
How is it the same? Because you just said changing how it's ran, not changing the personnel.
No. I said, do you have to change the identity of this team to match De'Aaron Fox? Because for one, if you trade Julius Randle, right, now you don't necessarily need all spot up shooters, because Julius Randle was a post player that fed shooters out of the post when double teams came.
Yeah.
Right now, what are you going to do? Are you going to put De'Aaron Fox in the post and let him distribute out of the post when double teams come? Or are you going to run more ISO and more pick and roll since you have a point guard that can do that?
You probably run more pick and roll. You probably run a more up-tempo pace.
Right. So you're saying you have to change the personnel now.
No, you don't have to change the personnel at all.
Wait, so the personnel that was on the floor with Julius Randle was spot-up shooters and defensive guys.
Who?
Right?
RJ Barrett?
Yes.
RJ Barrett is labeled a spot-up shooter.
Right. Before you tell that lie, I'm going to bring you back to a moment when you and I were in Atlanta, Georgia, and we were looking down on the floor at Derrick Rose and Julius Randle tell RJ during the timeout to go stand in the corner. You and I were together, and both of us watched those two do that to RJ Barrett. Did we not?
But let me ask you this question.
No, don't ask me no questions. Answer this question. Because I'm not on trial. Right? I'm not on trial.
You're asking me a question, aren't you? I on trial?
Because that's how conversations work. It's an exchange of monologue. But conversations are not question. It's one person asks a question, one person answers. Then the other person gets to ask a question or make a statement. Okay, and then the other person gets to answer or retort.
That did happen.
Okay.
But I would rebut that with that's not who RJ Barrett is. Like RJ
you mean that's not who he naturally is.
Yes, that's not who he naturally is.
But he was asked to be that role with Julius Randle.
With Julius Randle, that's what he was asked to do.
That's what I'm getting.
So if you remove Julius Randle,
does RJ Barrett go back to what he does naturally?
RJ Barrett will be able to go back to, which would fit perfectly with.
Right. What about Kevin Knox? Kevin Knox is a spot up shooter.
Kevin Knox
Julius Randle.
Yes. Everyone. Okay, so let's shorten this. Everyone turned into a spot other than Mitchell Robinson.
Other than Todd Gibson.
And Taj Gibson. Other than the center position.
Nerlens Noel.
Other than the center position.
Elfrid Payton.
Well, no, Elfrid Payton technically turned into a spot up. He couldn't make it.
Oh, no. He was a spot up something. He definitely wasn't a spot up shooter. He was a spot up something.
But the point is, everyone turned into that in the offense when it came to running it with Julius Randle.
So you're saying that people will have to change with De'Aaron Fox?
Yes.
So when I asked you the question initially, you could have said, you know what? Yes.
I did say yes. And then you said, you had to blow it up. And I said, that doesn't mean you had to blow it up. That just means, yeah, that's how that went. I actually agreed. I said, yes, you'd have to change how the team is operated. Right. That doesn't mean
so you have to change personnel.
Up.
So you have to change personnel. Yes.
You have the
because Reggie Bullock is not a ball handler.
Yeah, Reggie Bullock can go. He can kick rocks.
You like Reggie Bullets, right? So
I'm about to curse.
Man, listen. No, don't do that.
I legit had to catch myself just there.
Kev, but before you do that,
I literally, when he said that, I legit just saw red. Like you ever hear people like you saw red?
Yeah.
Like I promise you that moment happened. Like when he said you like Reggie Bullets, it was like red, and I was like, oh wait, I gotta stop. This ain't 2:00 in the morning. Or something. I got to hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Let me ask you a question, Kev. And this is I'm gonna reflect back on the conversation that we had last night. Or this morning, actually. So, are you saying that DeAndre, we're building the franchise or the roster around Fox? Is that what you're saying?
No, because you already have the pieces. Well, you have some pieces necessary. When you have Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, R.J. Barrett, Kevin Knox, Emmanuel Quickley, I'm guessing Luka Vildoza. Those players were confined. They were limited in their games to be. They were like, okay, this is the peg. We have a round hole. We had to fit everything into that hole.
Okay.
Instead of saying, hey, so now you replace it. Like, okay, now this hole is square. How is this going to fit? Now that it is not a round hole, it is a square peg.
Your Robert Paul was good.
So what that is, these players no longer have to be spot up shooters. They can naturally be who they are. Their natural gifts. RJ is a downhill attacker. Right? That's who RJ Barrett naturally is. Right? Obi Toppin is a high flyer, up and downhill
attacker.
Downhill.
Obi Toppin is the same thing, except he's vertical.
Mitchell Robinson is he's a conundrum offensively. He's a really good. I think he'd be really good in the pick. I've seen Mitchell Robinson he needs to work in his screen setting, but very good downhill. Like this team is a downhill attacking team. If this team picked up this pace with a De'Aaron Fox, like if you had Obi, Knox, RJ,
wait. See, you talking in absolutes. So pick up the pace where? You talking about pick up the pace in the half court or in full court? You talking about after after a missed shot or after any shot?
Yes.
Are you talking about in the half court shot clock? Are you talking about picking up the pace where you talk about getting it down court real quick, hurry up and getting your half court sets so you could go cycle through 3 or 4 options on offense before you get to a shot? Or are you just saying team is
break it all down?
Team is a 3. Get a defensive rebound, push the ball down floor. Is that what you're talking about? You got to. We don't want to speak in absolutes because it don't do your argument any justice. Because if it's just based off of what you said, why go out and get De'Aaron Fox when I could just grab a point guard in the second round and have him do that?
No, because
I ain't had to pay nothing.
I'll tell you why. De'Aaron Fox is one of the best, might be one of the quickest.
My dog has a beef with my neighbor's garden gnome. I don't know what it is about with that stupid garden gnome, but
De'Aaron Fox might be one of the fastest guards, top 5 fastest guards in the league. I don't have
so name the other 4. Name the other 4
fastest guards in the league.
So we can have understanding of who we're dealing with.
Contact.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Elfrid Payton.
Definitely not.
Derrick Rose.
Steph Curry.
At one point in time. Probably a healthy Kyrie Irving, probably.
Dennis Schroeder.
No.
Damian Lillard.
Ja Morant.
Ja Morant is one. Okay, I got you. I'm with you.
LaMelo Ball.
No, I don't think LaMelo Ball is all that fast. He has great court vision, but speed is not something that I think is his game.
Lonzo?
No. Like they're not Ja Morant fast. You know what I mean?
So Ja Morant, De'Aaron Fox, name 3 more.
Probably
Cody White.
Kobe White's a good name. Yes.
Yeah, Kobe White is fast, bro. Kobe White is fast.
I'm trying to picture the league in my mind. I want to say Kyrie Irving.
No, I can't.
But I don't think that he relies on that speed. Like when he first came out, he was fast.
Right.
Like when he first came from Duke, he was like, "Oh, he's a blaze. He's a blaze." And he has incredible ball handling.
Russell Westbrook. From the end to end, I would say Russell. I could take Russell Westbrook in a foot race against anybody.
Yes, I think at 32,
Devin Booker.
32, like he can still end to end probably faster than most people.
Right.
No, I think Donovan Mitchell is faster than Devin Booker.
So what do we? So you only named like 3 guys. So why would you say
if you're putting Russell Westbrook in, I mean, he's okay. I believe he's one of the top, probably one of the fastest players in the NBA.
Okay.
End to end, fast.
But we need some context so we know what we buying.
But all I'm saying, like on a missed shot, right? On a missed shot, Mitchell Robinson gets a rebound, kicks it 35 feet ahead to De'Aaron Fox, right? 9 times out of 10, De'Aaron Fox will beat everybody back. Defense ain't gonna have a chance to set back. Or if he decides to run with Obi Toppin on one side, RJ or Knox on the other side, or wants to hit the trailer who's Mitchell Robinson. Because think about it, all of them have speed.
Kevin Knox has speed?
Kevin Knox runs very gracefully, like a gazelle.
He said gracefully. Oh my God.
Like Mary Poppins.
What in the standing party are we talking about right now? He said gracefully. Oh
yes,
my goodness.
Kevin Knox has like sprinter speed. I mean,
what? Oh my God!
Oh God!
Oh my God! Kevin Knox has sprinter speed.
Let me rephrase that.
Kevin Knox is Usain Bolt.
Let me rephrase
that.
Oh
my God!
Kevin Knox.
Oh my God!
Let me rephrase.
Oh my God! This dude said Kevin Knox.
Let me rephrase. Kevin Knox has a sprinter's stride.
No, Cam, let me have a moment. Cam. This ain't no disrespect. G-Man.
Yes.
G-Man, this dude said Kevin Knox has...
You know what? Every once in the blue moon, you have to take these opportunities to just relish in them and be like, did I just hear what I thought I heard? Did that really just come out? Okay.
I know where he's going, but he said it wrong.
Yeah,
I know where he's going, but he said it
exactly
wrong.
what he meant to say.
Right.
But I heard what he said too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry, Liddy Kev. I just needed a moment.
Kev is my.
You had to give me that moment, Kev. You the one said it. I didn't say it.
You said it. You said it out your own lips. We didn't imagine what you said. But you said it. I understand what you meant to say, but I also heard what you said.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Hoodie Kev said Kevin Knox has sprinter speed.
Go ahead and clean that up, Kev. I'm gonna wait for you to clean that up.
Kevin Knox has a sprinter's stride. He strides like a sprinter.
None of this is making sense.
Case in point, I'll give an example between RJ. Let's look at RJ and Knox. Let's look at RJ. RJ is the kind of person he barrels. He's like Jerome Bettis, right? He's going to barrel down the lane. It's not graceful. Like it's not graceful watching RJ Barrett run because it's very lumbering.
He's playing bully ball.
Yes,
right.
Okay. It's very lumbering watching RJ run.
Okay.
This made my day. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm glad we did it already. If we don't do another minute, this just made my day.
I'm so happy to have
Kevin Knox is sprinter speed. What in the name of peanut butter and jelly is going on down here? What's going on in these Knicks peanut butter streets? I don't know. Kevin Knox.
Boy, you look. I always tell people, right? So for the general public that don't understand what's going on right now, this is what you need to understand, right? So Uncle Freezy is, when you look at him, he's that kind and gentle human being that reaches out, and he's a giver, right? He's the person that is going to give you the best that he's got to make you a better person. But at the same time, when you're not looking and you're not paying attention, what he's going to do, he's going to step outside the room, right? And when he's outside, he look, you got to watch him, right? So when he picks up the phone and says, I got to take this phone call, right? I need to step out and take this phone call. And when he steps out of the room, what's going to happen is he's going to crack the door open and he's going to roll a smoke grenade in the room. And he's going to close the door and lock it so you can't get out.
Yes.
I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen.
Yes.
Gas. So now you got 8 seconds to put your stuff on. Oh, I ain't getting into that. And 11 seconds to don all your equipment. But I ain't going to get into that either. But I'm just saying, that's what's going to happen. But Kevin Knox.
Oh, my God.
Y'all missed what I was trying to say.
No, you missed.
We didn't miss what you said. We didn't miss what you said.
You misquoted yourself.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do. How you misquote yourself when you was there?
Oh, see what happened? When we get into a tough bind, we take the headphones off because we got to go to work. See, this is what I'm talking about, Freezy. Look, if I knew where Kev was right now, I would get in my car right now and drive to North Carolina. I really would.
Right.
And show up at his desk and make him give me a room for free because he made me drive that far.
Right. And it's got to be a suite.
Absolutely, with a robe in it.
Right, with a robe.
What happened?
This man said Kevin Knox has sprinter speed. I will never forget this day for the rest of my life. Because there's one thing being a homer for a player, but then there's another thing giving that player superhero powers.
Well, look, he got Marvel powers.
Yes,
superhero. He got. It's a different. Okay, let's be real, right? You got superheroes over here, and then you got Marvel.
Right.
That's a different level. There's levels to this, right? So you're not going to sit here and tell me superhero. Is Batman a superhero?
He's a crime fighter.
Well, is he a superhero?
He's a crime fighter.
Is he a superhero?
Yeah, I would say so.
He's a crime. No, he's not.
He's not a superhero?
No.
Batman is not. Okay.
No, he's not.
So Batman is over here. So what I'm gonna give you over here in the Marvel verse, I would say Green Arrow.
Right.
Is Green Arrow a superhero?
No.
What is Green Arrow?
A crime fighter.
Kev. Okay, I got you, Kev. I got you.
There's a difference between being a crime fighter. Like Superman is a superhero, right?
No,
Superman is an
no.
alien.
Superman
He's
is an alien, bro.
Yeah, he's an alien. He's not from the planet Earth.
Yeah, Superman's an alien.
He's not from the planet Earth. He's an alien.
Okay, so
With
Wonder Woman is a superhero.
Yeah, she's an Amazon.
Yeah, she's an Amazon. Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah.
Green Lantern is a superhero.
Kev, but you getting further and further away from the point that Kevin Knox is going to be in the Olympics
Because he's a sprinter.
because he got sprinter speed.
He got Usain Bolt speed.
David Jackson said Knox is the Flash. Yo, the chat is wilding out. Oh my god,
that is going crazy today.
The chat is wilding out. Oh
my goodness.
Rick V said that the Flash is loosely based on Kevin Knox. Oh my gosh, Kev, what have you done to us, honey, Kev?
See what you started, Kev? Your words have meaning. This is the same conversation we had with Rob last night. Your words have meaning.
Yeah, man.
You know what I was meaning to say.
I know what you meant.
No, but you tried to clarify.
You
tried to clarify like 3 times.
Yeah.
And I said stride. Y'all too busy keying and ha-haing.
Yucking it up, right?
Misheard when I tried to clear it up and clarify what I was trying to say.
You don't understand that this is a priceless moment.
Right.
Certain moments in life you gotta relish and you gotta be able to just wallow in it, right?
We gotta cut this clip up and put it on Twitter.
Absolutely.
Kevin Knox has sprinter speed. We gotta cut this clip up and put it on Twitter. We got to. We got to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So what Kev did and this thing of capping so hard for Kevin Knox, he didn't say that when De'Aaron Fox gets out and runs, Kevin Knox can run with him in transition.
Right.
He didn't say that.
No.
He said Kevin Knox has sprinter speed.
I wasn't first.
Look,
you're taking what I'm saying.
Look.
And you're completely twisting everything that I said.
No, we saying what you said, but GXW said Kevin Knox is elongated man.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness!
This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. My God. I understand what my guy was going, but come on, bro. Come on.
I misspoke.
Why did you just say Kevin Knox can get out and run in transition?
Because I was trying
because you were capping.
No, what I said was
because
someone came back. I think it was Uncle Freezy, and was like, Kevin Knox can't run, and I said Kevin Knox runs.
G. Robinson, you heard us. G. Robinson, you heard us. Hoodie Kev said
wait, what?
Kevin Knox has sprinter speed. You heard it. Rewind the tape, G. Robinson.
Usain Bolt speed.
Rewind the tape.
This is what's called embellishing a story.
No. How do you embellish when
because I never said anything about an Olympic style runner or Usain Bolt.
You said sprinter speed.
Or anything like that.
Sprinter speed.
Hey, Kev, you said.
I know.
Yeah, Kevin Knox is the Toys R Us right.
He's Jeffrey.
Oh my goodness. Stop it. My side hurt right now.
Oh my gosh, Kev. Why did you just say when De'Aaron Fox get out in transition, Kevin Knox can run with him in transition?
That's where I was going.
No, that's not what you said.
And then you was like, Kevin Knox can't run. And I said Kevin Knox is a graceful runner.
No, that's not what you said, Kev.
I did. No. I did say that. And then you said graceful. And I said, then I misspoke and said the comment at hand.
Bro, you misspoke like Richard Nixon, bro. You sound like Richard Nixon backtracking off your comments, bro. You sound like Richard Nixon. I am not a crook. That's what you sound like right now. All you need is that Richard Nixon mask to throw on. But bro, come on, man. Come on, man. We got to give it up. We got to give it up for this Kevin Knox thing, bro.
Oh my goodness.
The fact that we even talking about Kevin Knox and we talking about opening night on Broadway with the point guards that may be available that we can get to come here. And we talking about Kevin Knox is sprinter speed.
We are not talking about. You're talking about that because you won't let something go that happened like 8 minutes ago.
Bro,
let it go. Had you just brushed over that, we could have been talking about how De'Aaron Fox can impact this team. But you got so caught up in 8 minutes worth of one statement.
But it was fun. That was fun. That was a whole bunch of fun.
Hey, Rick V said, Kevin Knox once raced a Ferrari. Kevin Knox won.
What is he, the world's most interesting man now?
Oh my God!
I'm gonna just throw this one out there and I'm gonna let it go, bro. But you know, on our channel, when the jokes start, like when we did the Frank Ntilikina is a 6'4" such and such, and it went on forever.
Yep.
This is one thing that I think might go on forever.
Forever.
Yeah. Hey. So Hoodie Kev, the Flash lost a race to Superman, right? And so he took off his Flash uniform and put on a Kevin Knox jersey and won. Kevin Knox, the Flash put on Kevin Knox uniform and raced Superman and won. That's all I'm saying, Kev.
Look, Kev is resigned to now ironing towels.
Right.
Or sheets or something. What you ironing, Kev? What you ironing over there?
Anything.
Kev, man. He mad now about now. When you clown him about that. But Kev, getting back to the De'Aaron Fox thing, bro. Getting back to the De'Aaron Fox thing, bro. I mean, the thing is, if you get a De'Aaron Fox, you have to change the whole makeup of your team.
Yeah.
You do have to do that because your best player goes from being a ball-dominant power forward that handles half-court offense in the post to a blazing fast point guard. He might not be faster than Knox, but he is fast, right?
Really?
He is fast, right? So De'Aaron Fox may not be faster than. Oh, you want Kev? Let me ask you this: you want the Fox and Knox connection?
Ooh,
that's what you want.
Ooh.
Kev,
is that what you want? The Fox and Knox connection?
You do know that De'Aaron Fox would benefit everyone, not just Kevin Knox. And to be honest with you, the player we might benefit the most is Obi Toppin.
Well,
yeah.
I can see how that argument is made. I think any point guard that is about transition basketball will benefit Obi.
Right.
Yes.
But I will not get tied down to a specific name.
So G-Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. The De'Aaron Fox argument from Hoodie Kev was not compelling enough to sway me to bring me to his side.
I didn't even make the argument because we got caught up in somebody in the Olympics.
Okay. All right, so what are we talking about, Kev?
Now, if you actually allowed me to explain. Now, Uncle Freezy, you and I, as you say, we both saw the New York Knicks play live in person this season. Is that correct?
Yep. It's correct that we both did it, and it's correct that I did say that.
Right.
So it's also a fair statement to say that how this team ran its offense as a whole.
Wait a minute. Don't convolute facts with what you're about to make in conjecture. Because you asked me to verify facts, and I did that.
Yes.
Right? But don't confuse what my intentions are with
no.
what you
What
are
I'm
about to
saying
project.
Is it fair assessment to say that the way this team ran offense will be considered slow? in a modern day sense of offense.
No. I think we don't have skill players on offense.
So
you have a big man. You have a big man that can't catch. You have a big man that's not big, or could do big man stuff, but he's tough. Right? You have a point guard that won't pass to a big man anyway, and then you have shooters that if you move them off their spot, they can't reset in enough time to get a quality shot off.
Right.
That had nothing to do with the pace of your offense.
So is this a true fact? The Knicks were last or in the bottom third, bottom half, bottom tier of pace of play, which is a quantifiable stat.
If it's quantifiable, why don't you just say it's a fact?
Okay, so fact, the Knicks were the bottom third in pace of play.
So Chuck just said Flash and Superman erased Kevin Knox at the end of Justice League Director's Cut, and you have to slow down the footage to even see Kevin Knox. So I understand where you're coming from, Kev, but if you have a point, get to it.
So you just said that the players that you don't have a big man that can catch. If you have shooters that blah 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 blah, but you said it doesn't reflect the pace of play. When in fact, the Knicks were one of the worst teams in pace of play.
Right.
That is undisputed. You cannot dispute that.
How is pace of play determined? Is pace of play a number of shots per possession or a number of shots per game?
I have to look at it because I don't want to misspeak on how it is calculated.
Right, because pace of play can mean what the shot clock was at when you took your first shot.
Right.
It could mean that, or it can mean how many shots you took in the course of a 48-minute game. So if you took 80 shots in a 48-minute game and other teams took 100, then the team that took 80 shots played at a slower pace.
It's probably a mixture of both. It's probably X plus Y equals Z. You're taking 80 shots, and the shot clock is usually at 3 when you take this shot, compared to this other team that took 100 shots, and when they took the first shot, the shot clock was at 17. And when you're taking more shots at a faster pace. Whereas you are taking less shots at a slower pace. Which you can see with your own eyes. Like, man, the Knicks get down in the shot clock and have to focus up one shot because it takes them 7 seconds to bring the ball past half court.
Because the power forward is bringing the ball up.
Yeah, so now the shot clock is at 14. Then they're going to pass the ball around a couple times. Then they give it back to Julius Randle. By the time the Julius Randle decides, I'm going to pass it, shot clock's at 3, and someone has to take a shot. So they wasted 21 seconds. Over a second.
I have no idea why this conversation is not focused on De'Aaron Fox. So what I'll say is this. G-Man for life, if you allow me to change sides on this debate,
yep.
What I would like to do is I would like to change sides on this debate, but I would also like to move Hoodie Kev off of this side and onto the other side.
Okay.
All right. So I saw something that made sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So G. Robinson said, almost dead last to push the pace, but one of the youngest teams. How does that make sense, right? So Hoodie Kev was alluding to this, but he didn't expound on it. So basically, fresh legs want to run. Fresh legs want to run.
Okay.
It's like when you bring when you bring the baby home, the baby is building up all his strength from day one to get up and walk and do stuff on his own.
Yep.
And they even make sayings like, hey, you got to crawl
before you walk.
Before you walk.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so fresh legs want to run, right? Fresh legs are born to run, basically.
Yeah,
right? You bring these young guys in the league, and they want to get out and show their athleticism.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And not just on offense. They like to run on defense. They'll run on defense too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because they know hungry mouths get fed.
That's right.
Right. If you go block a shot on one end and hustle back to the other end, they gonna give you the ball so you can dunk. Yep. You earned that right.
That's a fact.
You
I agree with that 100%.
And so to what Hoodie Kev is saying, how you precipitate that is by bringing in young legs. You bring in a young, fast point guard who Mitchell Robinson gets the rebound. Mm-hmm. And man, the first thing you want to do is get it out to Swiper so he can race down court. Right. And reward Mitch for banging, blocking the shot, and rebounding. Mitch is averaging 8 and 8, and that's because he have to work for those 8 points.
Yeah.
Man, he got his 2 offensive rebounds and 2 dunks, and he gonna get his 8 points. But imagine if he could get out in the open court and run. We inhibit Mitchell Robinson from using his best athletic traits. Mitchell Robinson is one. Well, I'm gonna say this, and people can argue me down, and I don't care. I believe Mitchell Robinson is the fastest center in the NBA because I saw when he blocked Trae Young's shot in the Garden.
Yep.
And he outraced Trae Young and caught a lob from Julius Randle on Trae Young. That's on tape. That's on tape. You have to be fast to outrun a point guard. Yeah. Now, is he fast? Is he faster than Trae Young? No, that's not what I'm saying. But being in the conversation is noteworthy.
That's right. I agree.
Being in the conversation is, man, this dude can run like a guard and he a center. You know what I'm saying? If we could get Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, Kevin Knox, all these guys in the open court where they can get some open looks, they can get some dunks. Now you're talking about a different Knicks team.
Transition basketball, baby.
Transition, yes. Hey, Leslie V, what's good? What's good? You know what I'm saying? You want to get your athletes out in space, let them run.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why RJ Barrett went from 14 to 17 and not from 17 to 21 is because our team didn't run. We don't have to go from 30th to 1st, but if we go from 30th to 15th, now when you look at the box score, you're like,
okay, I know that I'm back.
Oh, okay, all right. Now you go from numbers looking like RJ Barrett averaged 14 his rookie year, 17 his sophomore year, to RJ Barrett averaging 17 his rookie year, to 20 his sophomore year, and who knows what that number looks like in year 3 when young promising shooting guards take that next step.
Right.
He might be going from 20 to 22.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? And the guys like Kevin Knox. Think about Kevin. RJ Barrett and Kevin Knox on the break with Swiper. RJ Barrett looking to go to the basket. The defense collapsed at the basket. You kick out to the corner to Kevin Knox wide open for 3.
And he makes the shot.
I'm saying, Hoodie Kev, is that the difference?
I didn't hear the beginning of this conversation, so I don't know.
So what I'm saying to you, Hoodie Kev, when y'all put y'all things up, man, I usually like to have the video people up top. So
no, yeah, I'm doing, I'm at work, so I don't want to. No. We good. What I'm saying to you, Hoodie Kev, is fresh legs want to run. Fresh legs want to run, bro. Yes.
The fresh legs want to run, right? People think the Showtime Lakers was like, yo, pull the ball out the basket and we gonna run. Nah. Pat Riley said, y'all gonna play defense on this end, and if the team misses a shot, when y'all get that rebound, push it as fast as you can.
Yep. Transition.
That was Showtime Lakers. It started with defense and worked its way to offense, and you can have both. And in this era, I'm telling you, and y'all might not, but y'all can believe this or not, but I'm telling you that Showtime era Lakers, if they played in this era with people miss 3-pointers, they would win 11 straight championships. You know what?
Yeah.
And the G-Man, the reason why is because Magic Johnson used to have to go fight for a rebound and then outrun everybody back down the floor, right?
He got to do that now?
No, because the rebound coming to him at the free throw line. Right? He gonna grab that rebound. He gonna grab that rebound 15 feet up the floor.
Yep.
And now the fast break is crazy.
Yep.
So yes. So what I'm saying to Hoodie Cav's point, if you get a swiper, swiper changes the dynamic of this team. Okay. Not because he's pulling the ball out of the basket after a made shot, but when teams miss, you got the fastest point guard in the league to push it up the floor.
Okay.
Right? Kev, you understand where I'm coming from?
That is the argument I was trying to make.
But you said Kevin Knox has.
Oh goodness, great!
Right. So the argument to this is while De'Aaron Fox is not the best half court shooter,
right?
He is not.
Right.
Let's not get it twisted. Let's not try to squeeze him into the argument with Damian Lillard. He is not that.
Right.
He's a different type of point guard. Right.
Right.
But De'Aaron Fox gets a rebound, outletted to him. Yep. He's getting back in transition. And you know what that does? G-Man, you know what that does to the other team, big man?
It makes them run.
Right, and it takes them out of the game.
Yeah.
So now when we play Joel Embiid's and Jokic's and people like that,
they're irrelevant.
They're irrelevant because they can't go from rim to rim.
Right.
Because rim to rim is a longer distance than logo to rim.
Oh, yeah.
You got your big man trying to catch up all game long.
Yep. And they wind it. Them 275 pounds going to catch up with you quick.
Right. Right. Exactly. And the thing is about bigs is bigs are physical. They want to listen, point guards have a certain physical advantage.
Yep.
They're like 6'2", and they're usually faster than anybody else on the basketball court.
Yep.
Right? So a big can't guard a point guard, right? In most cases.
That's a fact.
Right? And bigs know that, right? So the bigs feel like their advantage is they're bigger and stronger than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes to their advantage, they want to impose their will.
They want a half-court game.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Okay. And so now to what Hoodie Kev was saying about De'Aaron Fox is Mitchell Robinson gets a rebound, kicks it out to De'Aaron Fox, and it's the green light. It's green light racing. It's green flag racing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But the difference is, here's the thing. What Hoodie Kev didn't mention is, and I was trying to tell him this from the start when I brought up Randall and style of play. Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks, all those guys, they are not the type of players that you want to run with De'Aaron Fox.
I was about to ask that exact question as soon as you finish your point. That's the exact point I was about to make.
Right, Kev, am I right?
Absolutely.
If you give Reggie Bullock the ball on the break, can you trust him to dribble 30 feet to the basket?
No.
I don't trust him to dribble 5 feet to the basket.
Right. So when I asked you, does the personnel change? Do you have to blow it up and get other guys in there? What I was referring to is now you have to tell Kevin Knox, listen, if you want to play, you got to defend. If you want to get out on this fast break, you have to defend, brother.
Yep.
You got to.
That's a fact.
You got to. Obi, if you want to catch these lobs in the half court or in the open court, you got to defend so we can get out and run.
Yep.
Mitch, listen, if you want to dunk on the other end, you got to keep them blocks in bounds so we can get out and run. No more swatting these balls in the 8th row.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You swat the ball in the 8th row, they get the call, they get the ball side out of bounds, they get to run a play that they practice all year.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you keep the ball in play, though,
we can transition basketball.
Yeah, we can get out and run.
I agree 180% with what you said. But at the same time, I also agree that when you bring said personnel into this franchise, then you're going to have to change the dynamic of what the scope of this team looks like, because the people that can benefit from a skill set of De'Aaron Fox, that skill set in the starting five does not exist as currently constructed.
Right.
It does exist.
No,
That's
bro.
the thing. It
Kev,
already
Kev,
exists.
Kev, listen to what he just said. That's what I'm saying. You heard what he said, but you didn't listen to him. He said it does not exist in the starting five. And the starting five right now is Derrick Rose, Reggie Bullock.
No, it's not. Nope. You're wrong.
Okay, I'll give you the starting five.
Last season's starting five.
That's all we have to go by, Kev. What else is there for us to go by?
Because as soon as this season is over, and ESPN, because the season for us is over, right? Our season is over.
Right. So when I say
hold on. Let me get to it now, and you'll understand what I'm saying. Right now, once the season is officially over, ESPN, like ESPN and all the other websites, will update the rosters, and they will have all the free agents, and they'll take all the free agents off the teams. That means the starting lineup will change, right? We won't have Reggie Bullock. We won't have Derrick Rose because they're not under contract. So technically, who would our starting point guard be? ESPN will have our starting point guard right now. Once the season is over, will be Luka Vildoza.
Oh my God!
No, Kev, don't do that.
It's the same important that we talk about right now.
Kev, don't do that,
listen to what. No, because that's what it is. Because you can't count people who aren't under contract. Yes, that's last season. Our starting point guard was Derrick Rose. Last season, our starting small forward was Reggie Bullock. But they aren't under contract, so you can't count them moving forward. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Because they're not under contract, so I'm not counting them on the Knicks until they re-sign a new contract. If that's it, I can't. To me, they are no longer Knicks until they sign a new contract. If that happens.
On that point, there that he just said, I'm going to the bathroom. How about that?
So we'll be here. We'll be here, bro. and so what Kev don't understand is the league year is not over.
Yes, the league year isn't over. The New York Knicks season is over.
The league year is not over, bro.
The league year is not over.
So these dudes are still, man. So what you just chimed in with is semantics.
It's semantics today, but once the league year is over, it won't be semantics. So I'll bring this up when the league year is over. Because will it be semantics then?
Oh my God!
Or will it be?
So Kev, why are we talking about that instead of De'Aaron Fox?
Because he said that starting lineup does not exist. My thing is, if you get De'Aaron Fox, let's say you do trade Julius Randle. That means, in theory, until we got another one.
Let's say we do trade Julius Randle. Let's say not.
Okay, so who are you giving up for De'Aaron
Fox? I asked you that 30 minutes ago.
And I told you Julius Randle. But you said, let's not trade Julius Randle.
Dude, you giving me a fresh headache.
Oh,
right here in this portion.
You have some bear?
You are giving me a headache right there in that spot.
Do you have some bear aspirin?
Because what you're doing is saying, let's trade our best player, all NBA, for another guy that we don't know if he can lead a team.
We don't need him to lead the team.
Kev, you killing this whole debate and argument thing. You killing it. You shooting it in the foot.
So let me ask you a question. Let's say they do
trade. I'm not answering questions.
No, hold on. Okay, so let's just say, just say they did, right? Would RJ Barrett become the leader of this team, or would be De'Aaron Fox become the leader of this team?
Man, I don't know.
I think someone's at the door. Hold on one second.
So this whole thing is puzzling to me because this guy says that he wants De'Aaron Fox. And then when we ask him about the De'Aaron Fox thing, he's like, no detail. No, he don't want to. It's ridiculous. I'm ready to move on to Damian Lillard. Man. That's who I want to talk about. And White Falcon, listen, I'm ready to discuss. I'm also ready to discuss Paul George. Are you? And don't tell me the first thing is trade Julius Randle. I just wanted to check on the game. The Atlanta Hawks are up 3-2 against Philly, and they have a lead. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hoodie Cav, I'm ready to move on from De'Aaron Fox because what you doing to the argument is not making sense in my mind. I'm ready to move on from this De'Aaron Fox because I think the whole conversation, I'm starting to regret the fact that we even brought up De'Aaron Fox.
Why? Because you want to grind it out like it's 1995?
Right? No. See, why are you making it personal about Uncle Freezy and instead of talking about De'Aaron Fox?
I was talking about De'Aaron Fox.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Uncle Freezy.
No, I'm not answering question. I'm not on trial. I'm not snitching.
I'm just saying.
I don't rub elbows with detectives, bro.
This is really not about trial. This is having a conversation. And the conversation goes for a 24-year-old point guard who averages 25 points a game. What do you think that you're going to have to give up to get him?
So you asked me the same detective question in a different way. I just told you 3 minutes ago that I'm not answering that question. And you in your detective way, you've been to law enforcement school?
No,
you've been to the academy.
Here's the thing, because when I say what I would do, you're like, that doesn't make any sense. We're not doing that. And it's like, well, what do you think? But you won't say what you think, but you wanna shut down what I think. That's not what I did. As a matter of fact, no, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I asked G-Man for life, and here he is, and he can attest to it. G-Man for life. Did I not ask you if I could take Hoodie Cav's place on the side of De'Aaron Fox so I can lay out the De'Aaron Fox argument?
Yes, you did.
And did I not tell you straight up? I told you G to G that fresh legs want to run.
Yep.
Did I not say that?
You did.
So Hoodie Cav is making this about an argument with Uncle Freezy and not about De'Aaron Fox.
No, the argument is there is no.
I
said I would trade.
What's the argument? Why we got to argue?
It's not because it's the thing. I said I would trade Julius Randle if that meant getting De'Aaron Fox. Uncle Freezer, that's crazy. We're not doing that. And so I said, well, you have to give up something of it. This ain't a 32-year-old point guard. It's in a 30-year-old point. This is a fresh 24-year-old, 25-point-a-game player. So you're going to have to give up something. So I said, Uncle Freezy, what would you give up? I'm not on trial. You're a detective.
G-Man, so the baby, when the babies came over and the baby was like, yo, Pops, I need some transportation. Right? I was like, so? You're a grown man. Ain't that what you told me last week? You're a grown man, right? Stop talking to me like that. I ain't no kid. I'm a grown man.
Right.
But a week later, you need a car, right? So I'm like, okay. You want us to go out and look to buy your car? Like, nah. I just need, car broke down, man. I need to get such and such. I just need some transportation until I can get my car back on the road.
Right.
Right. So he goes for the best car.
He wants the Benz.
Yes. Right. And the reason why I brought this up, because it's the same thing that Hoodie Kev, and the argument that Hoodie Kev is making for De'Aaron Fox, right? Just because you have valuable assets don't mean you have to give up the valuable asset in a trade for something you deem is more valuable than what you already have, but the rest of the league just deems is pretty okay in value.
Meaning that if you want to trade for that and you want to use those assets, you're going to have to give up more assets than whatever that requisite piece that you're trying to get in your franchise.
Right. So Hoodie Kev is telling me that I have to give Junior the best car instead of letting him pick a couple of the other cars. I'm like, hey man, take both of them.
No.
Yeah, you can take the PT Cruiser and the Honda. You could drive the PT Cruiser and the Honda, man.
The difference in that story is this.
But you want to take you.
The difference in that story is this. Your son came to you saying he needed a car.
Yeah.
You didn't go to your son and said, son, I want you to take a car.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So if the Kings came to the Knicks and said, hey, what you want to give me for De'Aaron Fox is different from the Knicks going to the Kings and said, hey, I want De'Aaron Fox. Those are two different scenarios. Because the Knicks are the ones that have the need and go to the lot like, I really want this car.
But the Knicks don't have a need, bro. They have a want. And there's a difference.
Yes.
The Knicks.
No, the Knicks have a need. They have a need.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, they have a need, right? So how did De'Aaron Fox's team do in the playoffs?
Just the need goes beyond the player.
Oh, okay. Now we using conjecture. The thing is
no. You're using conjecture.
The Sacramento Kings did not make the playoffs with the player that you want.
Uncle Freezy,
and they have not made the playoffs ever with the player that you want. But you feel like trading our best player that led us to the playoffs for a dude that has never made the playoffs is an equal and fair compensation.
Are you going to let me talk now? Okay, so what I mean is this. I never said the need was for De'Aaron Fox. I said the need is for a point guard. Those are two different things. De'Aaron Fox just happens to fit the need. But the need is for a young point guard.
Lord have mercy.
So I said the Knicks have a need. We need a young point guard. It just happens to be if De'Aaron Fox fits the bill, then he fits the bill. But the need isn't De'Aaron Fox. The need is for a young point guard. So yes, the Knicks do have a need.
Right.
Unless you want to spend another 40 years looking for a young point guard.
I'm not feeling you're not compelling when it comes to making arguments for trading for young point guards, bro. I'm just not feeling it. I gotta move on.
Freezy, I have been on the show with you for 6 months.
Right.
And I have heard you say the Knicks ain't had a young point guard. And Walt Clyde Frazier was pulling up in Rolls Royce and Minks.
Right.
And that was in the 70s.
Right.
This is 2021.
But that is what I said. What about what Hoodie Kev says?
Hoodie Kev says, I want De'Aaron Fox. And I'm using the Malcolm X terminology. By any means necessary.
Hey, Earl Garris is in the chat. What's good? What's good? Julian Tran is in the chat. Hey man. I'm gonna say this. And then I'm gonna move on from De'Aaron Fox because clearly Hoodie Kev is on one about De'Aaron Fox, and we going around in big circles like he did last night with Rob the Knicks.
You said what is easier to find, a 20 and 10 power forward or a young dynamic point guard?
A young dynamic point guard is easier to find.
What?
Yes.
Uncle Freezy.
Yes.
Uncle Freezy.
Name five 20 and 10 power forwards right now.
Name five?
Name 5 point guard power forwards that do what Julius Randle do.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, Domantas Sabonis. Let's see, who's some other ones?
All right, so I can name point guards right up top. Dame Lillard, Steph Curry, De'Aaron Fox,
Technically, John Collins.
John Morant.
Zion Williamson.
Who else? Kyrie Irving. Ben Simmons.
Is Ben Simmons see? That's so weird because I don't look at Ben Simmons like a point guard.
Right. Dennis Schroeder.
8.
Now hold on.
Chris Paul.
9.
Chris Paul's not a young point guard.
I get it. Yeah, dynamic. Yeah. What I'm getting at is you can find point guards more readily. There are more 6'2" human beings walking the earth than 6'10" human beings walking the earth. And I don't know that to be a fact, but it just seems that way. I don't see 6'10" human beings walking around in my daily life. I know 2 dudes that's 3 dudes that's 6'10". And the only reason why we know each other personally is because we all played in the same basketball league. Otherwise, we have no other connections.
Right.
We don't have no other connections. We connected to a basketball league. Right? And two of them are my Masonic brothers. That's it. But 6'2" human beings, you can find them anywhere USA. You could be in Walmart buying dish detergent and walk past a human being that's 6'2".
Kev, how tall are you?
I see one every time I look in the mirror.
I'm just about to say, how tall are you, Kev?
I'm 6'2".
Right. And so the point I was making to Kev is, you know what? Let's move on. The De'Aaron Fox thing is tiring me out. G-Man, I have a headache right here in the middle from Kev. Right here.
Just because you can find a 6'2" point guard doesn't mean he's going to be special. Albert Payton ain't special at all.
Well,
Kev is killing me. Kev, is this what I passed on dinner arrangements with? I passed on dinner arrangements with Miss Mocha so that we can do this, and you're hitting me with this.
Well, I guess Domino's is still delivering. If you have a driver named I forgot his name.
It starts with an A.
Aaron? No.
So
forgot his name.
So chat, this is what I want you to think about. If you could get your hands on Damian Lillard by any means necessary, would you do so? This is a question to the chat. If you could get your hands on 29 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, a steal on 45% from the field, 40% from 3, and 93% free throws, would you do it?
White Falcon says no. Jarrell Williams says no. 33 Savage says no.
You would not trade everything in the kit and caboodle for Damian Lillard at age 30.
Andre says no. It costs Randall and a lot of draft picks. The chat's not feeling Damian Lillard.
The chat is not feeling Damian Lillard.
33 Savage fellow 2.0.
Game time.
They're not feeling Dame time right now. Chris Chain says no good.
Right. So I'm asking y'all.
Dame. He said they bugging.
Right.
He says I want Dame, they bugging.
Right. So what I'm asking Kev is this, Kev, are you willing to trade everything, the entire kit and caboodle, for Damian Lillard for 29 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, a steal on 40% 3-point shooting? Is that what you want?
Yes.
At 30. What are you giving up for Damian Lillard?
Whatever it takes.
What are you giving up for Damian Lillard?
Whatever it takes.
What are you giving up for Damian Lillard?
Oh my Lord. Is there an echo in here?
The roster. That's what it's going to cost you.
Is this a championship roster?
If you trade for Damian Lillard, are you competing for a championship?
No.
Listen. I would be closer to a championship with Damian Lillard than I am without him. Because he make it seem like this. Here's the thing, right? He said, "Oh, we got to trade everything for Damian Lillard." Okay, well, Damian Lillard makes $44 million.
No, I said, are you willing to trade the entire kit and caboodle?
And I said yes. And
which means that's an option. I didn't say trade the entire kit and caboodle. Would you be willing to trade the entire kit and caboodle?
Yes, absolutely. No, there's not a shadow of doubt in my mind. Whatever it takes, whatever Portland wants, I will like, okay. And if it's Sunday, I'm like, you want to do it twice.
So G. Robinson, who appears to be very smart, says, okay, so you give up everything, and where you think you're going to get a first round, maybe. That's it.
So let me get this straight. And I want everyone to understand. I want everyone to sit back and think about
So
this.
G. Robinson appears to be pretty sharp.
No, because that's not sharp. Let me say why.
Dame lost first round too, right? That's Terrell Williams. That's another sharp statement. Chris Chang is in the building. Go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry.
I'll say this, and I was going to say this a minute ago. Damian Lillard's not taking the court by himself, right? He's not going to, like, when they say the starting five, Damian Lillard, and then you hit crickets, right? So other people will be around Damian Lillard. So if you traded a whole kit and caboodle, which means everybody, everything, the Knicks would then have to
lottie-dottie everybody. That's what it means.
The Knicks would then have to go out and get 14 new players, which is unreasonable, but that will happen. And they would have, what's 112 minus 44? A lot, about 70, almost $70 million to do it with. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do a lot with $70 million. So, yes, if I was like, oh, man, I don't want to give up on Emmanuel Quickly or Norvell Pell or Mr. Robinson or Kevin Knox or Obi Toppin or RJ or whoever or
Julius Randle.
Yes, to get a superstar to let me know that, hey, Hulu does have live sports. In case I forget, I can turn on this game and I remember, hey, I remember that Hulu does have live sports. Thanks, Damian Lillard, for letting me know that.
Wow.
Okay. All right. I don't know how to.
I don't know what to say, Free.
Me either. Me either.
Oh, I'm at a loss for words at this point. I am, because I mean, who? I'm trying to figure out what the roster looks like with Damian Lillard on it. Who are the other four people that fills out the roster that we put on the court with Damian? Who are those players?
I'm at a loss. Because you have to, G-Man, hit me out on this, because I think I know where you're going, right? But is Damian Lillard comparable to LeBron James?
No.
Where you blow up your entire franchise and bring in this one guy and you basically guaranteed to get to the finals?
No, absolutely not. No.
So why do it?
And so when you put things in that perspective, think about wherever LeBron has gone, there's always been another superstar with him.
Oh, you're right.
Everywhere he's gone, there has been at least one more superstar with him. So bringing a Damian Lillard to the Knicks, who is the other superstar?
And so G-Man, let me ask this. How do you get the other superstar if you gave up the kit and caboodle for Damian Lillard?
You're not going to get him, because this is what if I'm a player and I'm looking at your organization, what you just did is you sacrifice everything that you have regardless of what contributions these players gave you the previous season, you said, okay, I'm giving all that up for this one guy. And this conversation that we had a couple of days ago,
right,
when we talked about going big game fishing, right?
Right.
So what we got now, we on the boat out here in the middle of the ocean, and we fishing for marlin, right? So that's saying if I catch a 300-pound grouper, I'm about to throw him back in the ocean because that's not what I'm fishing for.
Right, because he's not
that
the
don't
big
make
star.
sense to me. That don't make sense to me because
he's not the star.
No, that don't make sense to me. Because I can take that 300-pound grouper, fillet him, season him, and oh my God, that's some good eating.
Hey, man, that's some good eating right there, man. That's some good eating.
That's some good eating.
Hey, I got a hush puppy recipe, bro.
What? Look, stop playing, Freeze. Stop.
I'm telling you. Hey, with a little bit of onion, a little bit. Well, I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna share my secret on the internet. I ain't gonna share my secret on the internet, but yeah.
But I mean, if you could get a Dame Lillard at a reasonable rate, I would be okay. All right, I'm with you. But this is what I want to have happen. And I said this last night, and I got crucified for it. But I'm going to say it again today. I would prefer for us to go up and draft a point guard.
Right.
Take those trade picks, the draft picks that we have, package them in a way that we can get in the lower tier of the lottery. Lower tier, for those of you that's listening that don't know what I'm talking about when I say lower tier, I'm talking from 12 to probably 15, in that range right there. And in that range right there, I think I can go get me a book night or a player comparable to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I need with that is I need a veteran at the point guard position for 1 or 2 years for whomever that player is to sit behind and learn from. Right. And because then that player is on par with our young core. And we're talking the RJ Barretts, the Quickleys, the Obi Toppin, and people in that the Kevin Knoxes and those guys that we can go with that. You know what I'm saying? But if we're gonna blow up, why are we gonna blow up a roster that we made? We were the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, in the playoffs. Why are we gonna throw that up? I'm confused right now.
So, G-Man, I am so in lockstep right now. I am 9 to the front and 6 to the rear.
6 to the rear.
Yeah, that's the way we do it here. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is when you said book night, book night reminds me of a young Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Why trade for a Bradley Beal when you can get the younger version of him for cheap?
For free.
Because you don't know if he is going to be Bradley Beal. Why get a copy of Bradley Beal when I can get the original?
Yeah, when you can pay Maserati prices for a Honda Accord.
I would rather have the Maserati than a Honda Accord.
But you're not getting the Maserati, bro. You don't know what he's going to be like when he has to play with other stars. You don't know that. You don't know what it's going to be like when he has to share shots with Julius Randle.
He shared shots with John Wall.
When he did, he averaged 17 points a game.
Did he get to share shots with Russell Westbrook?
Yes, he did have to share shots with Russell Westbrook.
And he averaged what with Russell Westbrook?
I don't know.
31.
If you know the answer, why are you asking the question?
He averaged 31 points.
You sound like the police. You sound like the dude from
he averaged 31 points when sharing the ball with
Why
Russell
does
Westbrook.
red and blue make purple?
You can sit here and you can have all of the conjecture you want. He averaged 31 points playing with another superstar player.
If you knew that, why did you ask the question?
Because I wanted to put it out there that you didn't know that clearly.
But yeah, no, I knew it.
Because if you knew it, then you would have. So you put out false information.
No.
You put out false narratives.
No, I just chose not to answer. Because the thing is, when you talking to adults, bro. You can't just come at us like we first graders.
I'm just saying, if you knew that, you put out a false narrative. You say, I don't know what he's going to be if he plays with another star. And I'm like, no, clearly you know because he averaged 31 points a game playing with another star.
Right. Is Russell Westbrook a star?
Yes, he is.
Okay. All right. What I'm telling you is you don't know what his numbers are going to look like when he shares shots with Julius Randle. Do you have that fact? Have they played together yet?
I don't care what Julius Randle needs to worry about how am I gonna get shots playing with someone else.
No, he don't, because Julius Randle team was 41-31, 4th seed in the East. Bradley Beal's team was a little bit of wins and a lot of losses, and they lost it, in the whatever.
Oh, so they lost in the same round Julius Randle team lost in. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, in the same fashion, right? 4-1, right?
But imagine.
Yeah. So they went out the same way, right?
G-Man, imagine this though, G-Man, because what Hoodie Cap is saying, what Hoodie Cap is what they call urinating in the wind, right? Because if Julius Randle, because I said the trap for him, I was like, so was Russell Westbrook a star? He's like, yeah, Russell Westbrook is a star. And so what he missed is, what if Julius Randle played with a star point guard? Would his numbers look like Bradley Beal's?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why these arguments don't make sense.
No, if Julius Randle played with a star point guard, his numbers won't even look like as good as they did this year.
Are you saying scoring wise, assist wise, rebound wise?
Rebounds might be the same. They might be the same. Scoring would go down. His assists would go down because he would no longer be the primary ball handler. The offense would no longer run through him. He might get a shot. He'll probably still score 20 a game.
Eddie C, what's good?
But it won't be.
So Kev. Again, we talking about point guard, bringing in star point guards. But I would need to rebut this Julius Randle argument. So for one, if you bring in a star point guard, Julius Randle, who was double teamed the third most of any player in the NBA, sees less double teams. That means Julius Randle gets to score one-on-one. Wait. That means Julius Randle sees less double teams, and he gets to go one-on-one against an opposing power forward, big, or whatever matchup. Mm-hmm. Which, if you understand him scoring 24 points a game, facing the third most double teams, you understand that number is likely to increase. No, because the complexity of defenses he faces goes down because you have a star to attract another defender away from Julius Randle. Right. Now, if you rebut that, then we question your basketball IQ. Now, here's the second thing about that. His assists go up because if teams still decide to double team at Julius Randle kicks out to that said star player. And if that said star player is worth his weight in salt, he knocks down open shots.
Right.
So how do you say that a star playing with Julius Randle makes Julius Randle's numbers go down, right? Because the number of shots that the Knicks will take will likely either stay the same or increase, but they'll be taken in a different proportion when another star comes along. For instance, the person took the second amount of shots was RJ Barrett. At one point, RJ Barrett was taking more shots than Randle. Now you bump RJ Barrett to the third guy, and you bring in your said star, Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is taking his star portion of the shots. Now you're talking about one dude scoring 27 and the other one scoring 27, right? Mm-hmm. So instead of you saying, well, Julius Randle's going to score 17 because Dame Lillard comes, no, bro. You've never seen it. Steph Curry and Kevin Durant played together, and Steph Curry didn't go down to 17.
So you're trying to say you're saying, and again, because you did
what I'm saying makes basketball sense.
You disputed this
because what I'm saying is Hoodie Cav gets double teamed every night.
Well, Uncle
Hoodie Cav shows up. Hoodie Cav gets double teamed every night, and then I show up, and Hoodie Cav gets to go one-on-one against the defense because that defender that used to double team Cav now has to come and double team me in certain defenses.
So you agree that regardless of whether it's Damian Lillard or Russell Westbrook or De'Aaron Fox, that the style in which the New York Knicks play will ultimately change.
Wait a minute, Kev. You totally dodged what I said. So I was speaking for 10
No,
minutes.
no,
And you totally dodged what it is I said.
No, I'm not, because the way that the current
You said
the way the New York
just brought up style of play. You brought up style of play, and we were talking about Julius, and we were talking about Julius Randle's stats. G-Man, were we not talking about Julius Randle's stats? You were.
Stats.
And now you're talking about style of play.
Because his stats are a reflection of the style of play that we use, because he is the primary ball handler. The offense goes through Julius Randle. So his stats are a reflection of the style of play the Knicks run. But if they bring in somebody, a star point guard, then the style of play will change. Is that correct?
Kev, how do we know?
Because are you getting a rebound and kicking it to Julius Randle, or are you getting a rebound and kicking it to Damian Lillard?
You assume that Randle gets a rebound.
If they get the rebound and they get the ball to Julius Randle and not Damian Lillard, then I'm not watching Knicks basketball anymore. I promise you, if Damian Lillard is on the team, I promise you, if the New York Knicks trade for Damian Lillard, and we can, and our game plan is let Julius Randle orchestrate this offense, I promise you, I'm not watching Knicks basketball again.
I'm a Knicks fan, bro. It's in my heart. I can't.
I promise you, let me say this one more time.
I'm not anti-Knicks.
If the New York Knicks get Damian Lillard, Dame time, Hulu has live sports, and the Knicks run the offense through Julius Randle is bringing the ball up and orchestrating the offense, I will no longer watch New York Knicks basketball. If Damian Lillard is second fiddle to Julius, I will no longer watch Knicks basketball. I promise you. Bro. You will never see, because I won't have nothing to talk about. You will not see me on the Knicks platform. I will not watch Knicks basketball again. If Tom Thibodeau I don't care, we got Damian Lillard, I'm running this offense through Julius Randle. I'm like, well, Knicks Nation, it was fun, but I got to go.
You said Kevin Knox has sprinter speed, right? and then you also said if Julius Randle gets a rebound playing point forward and doesn't give the ball to Damian Lillard, you're gonna stop watching the Knicks.
I say if the New York Knicks could orchestrate the offense the same way they did last year, and we have Damian Lillard, no. Leon Rose needs to come down there and fire Tom Thibodeau in the middle of Tom, I didn't go out there and get Damian Lillard to see this. Get out. Security. And security in MSG will escort somebody out quick.
Right.
They will escort anybody out.
What?
So yeah. Hey, so Chris Chang, I'm with you. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
My fandom don't waver on having my way. I'm not going out if I don't get my way. I'm gonna just rock. You know what I'm saying?
I can't rock with I can't do that.
So okay, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, I was about to say that the argument that has been presented, I will caveat that with this to say that in no universe in which I am president do I see Julius Randle and Dame Lillard on the same team. Strictly because if I'm Portland, you got to give me something for something. I'm coming for the juggler. So if I got a vintage Ferrari in my driveway and you want it, guess what? You have to pay for it. You have to pay for it, and you have to give me my price because I'm the seller, and I know what I'm willing to take for it. Right. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give what I need from you for me. What I need from you is what's going to benefit my team. Right.
Yes.
So what I'm looking at from your squad is the dude that just was the second NBA second team All-Star NBA, the dude that went to the All-Star, the most improved player.
Right.
That's the guy I want.
Right.
I want him.
Right.
So if you want Dame and this $44 million contract he got, that's the guy I want.
Right.
And then we can talk about draft picks or whatever other conversation we want to talk about. But my mainstay, the reason that we're having this conversation is you want Dame, I want Julius. And then we figure out what goes on after that.
Right.
That's how it goes. So regardless of who's and then from a Knicks standpoint, you have to figure if you make that trade, then you have to figure out what you're doing moving forward. Because what you just did, you just took the cornerstone of your basketball team and traded it away.
Yep.
So what are we doing now? What is the scheme of maneuver for this team now? Because Julius is no longer on the team. So who are we building a franchise around at that point?
Right. And we can't just say random things like, oh no, we can get out and run. We could get out and run before, but that wasn't this team's mentality. They wasn't built like that. Right?
Yeah.
So Kev, so you're saying so you want to move on to another point guard. So Dame, so what are you giving up for Dame Lillard, Kev?
Again, I'll say this. By any means necessary, you go and get me a star player. All
right, so let me do this then. And I'm not going to take long, right? Because I know I got to do a Knicks at Night podcast also. So I ain't gonna drag you out, right? I ain't gonna drag you out in the deep water. I ain't gonna try to take you and G-Man weekend up, right? I don't expect to see y'all on the Knicks at Night podcast. I'm gonna rock.
Yes,
I'm gonna do that by myself.
Yes, you do.
Right?
Yes, you do.
But here's the thing. I don't want to drag y'all out into deep water, right? But the thing is, Kev. So I'm the Portland team president, right?
Right.
And you calling me, Kev. So what do you offer me? Like, why would I pick up the phone?
I was like, hey, Kevin Pritchard, how you doing? This is Leon Rose. What's going on? How's the family? Everything good? Out there in Big Tree Country out there in Oregon?
Mm.
Listen, I heard that Damian Lillard is he kind of wants out. And you would put him on the open market. That's what I'm calling.
That's a lie. It's a lie.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is if we're having this conversation.
I'm telling you, as Portland team president, that's a lie. It's a rumor.
Oh wow, Mr. Pritchard. So you're trying to say that there's nothing I could offer you that's going to sway you to change that mind?
I never said that. I never said that.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you this.
What you got?
Well, as you know, I have a bounty of first round picks because you're gonna need some youth and
I want them all.
I don't know about all. I can give you some.
I want the 2021s. I want the 2023s, and I want the 2025s.
He took a page out of the movie. If y'all didn't watch that movie Draft with Kevin Costner, you need to go watch that because that's what Freezy just did.
So this is what we're gonna do, right? I'm not going to give you.
No. This is what you are gonna do. Remember, you talking to another human being. You're not talking to towel.
And so you came at me like.
No,
whatever.
You called me.
I called you, but you just came at me like, "Hey, give me money."
So you just called me to argue?
No, I'm not.
Money.
What I'm saying is this: I'll give you the 21s, happen,
and the 23s,
and I give you the 23s,
and the 25.
But I'm not gonna give you the 25s.
And so this is what I want. I'm gonna tell you what I want. And if you agree to this, we can get it done today.
Okay.
I'm starting with Julius Randle. I want Julius Randle. I want Mitchell Robinson. I want Obi Toppin, Kevin Knox, Emmanuel Quickly, and RJ Barrett. I want 2023 first round pick, both of them. I want 2023 first round picks, both of them. So I want 21, 23, and 25. All those picks, and I want 3 of your second round picks in 2023.
What the world?
And you can take Nurkic, Covington, and Dame Lillard.
Wow. 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 Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to decline that offer.
I noticed you. I replenished your roster with talent.
You
Because
gave me
Nurkic is better than any center you have on the roster right now. Robert Covington is the best wing defender that you have on your roster right now. And Dame Lillard speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm. But what I'm giving up is too much. And
no, it's not too much.
That.
Oh, I tell you what. Well, go into the draft and find you a Dame Lillard. Good luck. I'll speak to you at the draft.
Now, what I can say before we end this conversation is this, and I want you to think about this long and hard.
You are giving me Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson.
This is what I'm going to
Obi Toppin.
This is what I'm going
Kevin
to offer
Knox,
Mr.
RJ
Pritchard,
Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly.
Mr. Pritchard.
2 first-round picks this year.
Mr. Pritchard.
2 first-round picks in 2023. The 2025 first-round pick and 3 second-round picks in 2023.
Mr. Pritchard.
And you are going to get Nurkic, Covington, and Dame Lillard.
Mr. Pritchard. So this is what I'm going to do.
And so the rumor on the street was that you told Uncle Freezy that you would trade the whole kit and caboodle. Are you a man of your word?
Check and mate.
I did not know.
Are you Uncle Free? Hey, Blorange Tears, that show it'd be G-Man and Hoodie Kev and Uncle Freezy, and it'd be popping. All of us watch it.
Well, and I heard watch it all the way out there in Oregon.
Yes, yes. The internet has no bounds. So, are you a man of your word or not? Are you taking this deal?
Oh my goodness!
Listen, Mr. Pritchard.
All right, I tell you what.
Are you going to let me?
Listen. If you send my entire staff is 37 people. If you send all of them a dozen roses and pay for their lunch today, I will listen to your counter offer.
Are you going to hang over my face?
Are you going to pay for what I told you?
Are you going to hang over my face? Is that what's going to happen? Are you going to give me? We are 2 executives here, not just one executive and somebody on the street that you're talking to.
I know how much you love watching the Miami Heat win championships, and the Miami Heat is also interested in Damian Lillard.
Are they?
And so listen, I don't know if the Miami Heat are y'all rivals still, but I know it won't sit well with your owner if I trade Damian Lillard to the Miami Heat and tell him that I spoke to you first.
I mean, so you're trying. How do you know they're interested if you haven't spoken to them? If you haven't spoken to them, how do you know they're interested? So clearly, you're already taking me around the block.
Clearly, I can hang up this phone.
You can hang up the phone
and trade him to the Miami Heat.
Call Pat
and tell your owner
call
that I
Pat.
spoke to you.
You want to call Pat? I got his number right here. You want to talk about 3-way? Call Pat.
Eric G is in the building. What's good?
But let me tell you what's going to happen, Mr. Pritchard.
Wait, you gonna tell me what's gonna happen?
Let me tell you what's going to happen.
Ooh,
I'm going to give you.
Okay.
Julius Randle.
This is see how easy I hung up the phone.
I was about to hang up the phone.
Kev, that's not how this works, bro.
That's how this is going to work. That's how this scenario is going to work. You're not going to sit here. I thought we could talk as 2 businessmen, not one businessman and a waiter. I ain't a waiter.
No.
I'm New York Knicks organization.
No, I'm not the waiter in this scenario. You think
and
I'm the
I would
waiter.
like to have a dialogue. If you would like to have a dialogue, we can have a dialogue.
Oh, you want to talk to me, but you want to talk to me on your terms.
This isn't your terms.
That's a novel concept.
This is, we can have a conversation and come to an agreement. We both have things that each other want. And I'm pretty sure that we can meet in the middle of the table. This doesn't have to be your way or my way. This can be a mutual agreement.
No. You're telling me to trade away the best player in my franchise's history for less than what I feel like is market value.
If you can get that from Pat Riley,
right. Who's the best player in Knicks history?
That's up for debate.
Is the best hit player in Knicks history still playing?
No.
Oh, okay. So you want to get a guy that's in that stratosphere. You want to get an all-time great and bring him to your team. And
is
you don't want to
Damian
give
Lillard
me
the greatest player in Portland Trail Blazers history?
Yes.
Is he your franchise's all-time leader in points?
Yes. All that stuff, because I'm telling you it's true.
That's not actually true. Actually, I just looked it up.
What I'm telling you.
Are you sure it's not
is
Clyde Drexler?
Are you calling the trade for Clyde Drexler?
I'm about 30 years too late.
Because hell yeah, you can have Clyde Drexler for Julius Randle. Yes, you can have Clyde Drexler for Julius Randle right now.
My son hurting right now.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to trade you Julius and Mitch and quickly.
And I got to have Obi and quickly. I got to have Obi and RJ.
No.
I got to have Obi. I got to have Obi.
I'm going to give you.
Without Obi, this conversation is over.
I'm going to give you. Well, you can't have Julius then.
Well, I got to have Julius.
You can't have Julius and Obi.
Yes, I can.
Well, it's fun talking to you, Mr. Pritchard. I hope you have a good, what's the next holiday coming up, the 4th of July? We have a good 4th of July. Tell the Washington family I said hello. And it's fun having this conversation with you. Have a good rest of the evening. Is it still the afternoon over there in Oregon? I don't know. It's getting kind of dark in New York City.
But that's not the kid in caboodle, though.
That is not the kid in caboodle. And see, he lied to us. He said he would give up the kid in caboodle. He was willing, but he wasn't. And G-Man, you know what? And you know what he didn't realize?
What's that?
While it looked like I was trying to be a hard ass with him, that's not what it is. I was negotiating from a position of strength.
Yeah.
That is what it's called.
That's what people want. And when you hold in the cards, you control the narrative,
right?
And the terms of the deal. That's just the way negotiations work.
Right. I was negotiating from a position of strength. If I was negotiating from a position of weakness, the conversation would have been a different conversation.
Way different.
Like if Damian Lillard came into my office and said, trade me to the Knicks by the end of the weekend, then I was then I would have been in a position of weakness where the Knicks know I had to trade them there, and Damian Lillard gave me an ultimatum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't.
That's right.
And that's where the Blazers are right now. So while Kev thinks he can do NBA 2K trade, and I don't blame him for thinking that way, but the Blazers are in a position of strength.
They are. They got what you want. And
that's like me going to G-Man. G-Man, I'm going to come to you and be like, G-Man, I got $30,000. I'm going to give you $30,000 for all your cars.
I ain't even answered that call. You about to get my voicemail. I'm telling you right now. And then I'm going to block you.
But it's $30,000 in cash.
I'm about to block you because
but it's $30,000.
All my cars are worth $120,000. Are you about to offer me $30,000?
Bro,
why are we even having that conversation?
Bro, but it's going to be small bills.
Listen, I don't care. You're wasting my time.
So that's the same conversation me and Cav just had.
Exactly.
About Dame Lillard, and he don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's not that I don't understand it. One, you never even let me have a counter because you don't know if we hang up this phone right now, right? And tomorrow, Damian Lillard goes out publicly and everything else that I want to be traded to the Knicks. You gonna call me with egg on your face?
Nope.
And then I'm gonna be like, oh, now the tables have turned.
No, I'm not. Because what I'll do, even in that case, I will wait till the last hour. I will let you call me because you thirsty. You still talk about the last conversation, and the last conversation is over. That let me know that you mad thirsty. You want Damian Lillard so bad you'll do anything to get him, except give me what I want.
If Damian Lillard comes out and I see on ESPN, Damian Lillard's out there like he wants to come to the Knicks, I ain't gotta do nothing else. And then when you do call me, I'm gonna tell my secretary to keep you on hold.
Kev, has there been any word that Damian Lillard wants to come to New York? Ever?
No.
What I'm saying is, if he woke up tomorrow and said it,
You're saying if
after this conversation happened, I'm gonna say if that happened, and after this conversation that Leon and Kevin Pritchard had, I'm gonna be like, when Kevin Pritchard calls, you put him on hold for a while, and then I'll get back to him.
Kev,
tell him I'm not in the office.
Kev,
and tell him to call me back.
The chat want to hear your counter offer. The chat want to hear your counter offer, and it better not be whack.
He said, "Look, Cornerstone Kev is the secretary, Kev."
Right.
He would be fired.
Who? What's the counter offer?
Are we back on the phone?
Yeah,
right. Because if it don't include Obi, we ain't doing nothing.
Well, I guess there's no point in calling back because I'm not including Obi.
Okay.
I am not going to include Obi Toppin at all.
So when Kev said the whole kit and caboodle, he didn't mean the whole kit and caboodle.
No, that's not what he meant.
Okay.
That's circumspect at best, right? So you have to take the whole and kind of, I guess, carve that up into what pieces are tradable.
So Kev, what's the counter?
Oh, are you back at the table?
Yeah, my boss told me I had to listen to your counter offer.
Okay.
What's the best offer you can give us?
So listen, I'll start with Julius. I will start with Julius.
Okay.
Right? I'll even throw in quickly, and I'll throw in Mitchell Robinson. I will give you the Dallas. I'll give you the Dallas 21, our 22. No, I can't do it that way. I'll give you our 21 and Dallas is 23. 3 second rounders in 23. But I want Damian Lillard, a second rounder in 24, and Nurkic.
Kev, you are the most ridiculous trader. I ain't never seen something so weird in all my life. Bro,
Yeah,
when we go to Vegas this summer, you are not holding checkbooks. You and Kev, you are not holding our money. You're not holding our money, bro.
I'm giving you Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Quickly. I'm giving you 5 draft picks.
Listen,
and all I want is 2 players.
The fact that you're not talking to a Dalton at that point would be, I guess.
And you know he didn't throw Knox in there either, right?
No, he didn't. He didn't. And look, Andre Brown says that Kev buys way to get Kevin Knox playing time.
Right.
What?
He said Kev buys way to get Kevin Knox playing time. He said, "Boy, Kev, you on something."
Yeah, Kev,
That is on you right now.
Listen,
right.
You want my look? Your Elvis says you want my Ferrari for 3 Honda Civics.
Yes, that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. And his argument is the Civics are dependable, bro.
So Julius Randle is a Honda Civic. Julius Randle is a Honda Civic.
You said Julius Randle.
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel Quickly.
Mitchell Robinson.
And
5 draft picks.
For Lillard.
Damian Lillard. And Nurkic.
And a draft pick in 2024.
Yes.
Right. And so Damian Lillard is gonna ice skate into the Hall of Fame. Damian Lillard is gonna moonwalk into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Right. Damian Lillard is gonna backflip into the Hall of Fame. What about Mitchell Robinson?
Still out for debate.
What about Julius Randle? Is Julius Randle gonna moonwalk into the Hall of Fame?
Out for debate.
It's still their stories are still being written. Yep. It's still very early in those books.
Right. So Kev, what I'm gonna do, man, is I'm gonna wrap up here, right? Because I got to do the Knicks at Night podcast in about 3 hours, right? I don't expect to see you and G-Man, man. If y'all come through, man, great. You know I love to have you.
I'll be there.
But I can't take up all your time like that.
I'll be
You know
there.
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take a nap first. I'm gonna eat and take a nap, and then I'll be there.
Right. And me too, man. I'm gonna eat me some fish.
I'm gonna finish this laundry.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't take a nap.
You working, Kev?
I wish I could just go take a nap right now.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you in charge. You do what you want.
Kev is in charge of his boss out of town, so you already know what that means.
You can do what you go. Look, go up there.
Technically, right now, I am the acting general manager. I am the one in charge. That's
what I'm talking about. Go up there, get you one of them empty rooms, curl up, and get you a good 4 or 5 hours of sleep. That's what you do.
I don't even have 4 or 5 hours on my shift left.
Right. Hey, Kev, listen, I ain't no lie, Kev. You know what? When I used to be the sergeant major's driver, right? So I used to do everything for the sergeant major. Sergeant major ain't had to do nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Sergeant major ain't do nothing. Hey, specialist Uncle Freezy, blah, blah, blah. So sergeant major, you know I got you taken care of.
Yep.
He like, man, it look cloudy out here. What? Hey, sergeant major, I got you. Sergeant major, listen, I got you. Right?
Yep.
So I mean, and listen, I used to plan stuff around the day. Like I know, like the chow hall would do steak on Thursdays, but the earlier you get there, the better the steak.
Yeah.
Right. So I used to get people to hurry up in these meetings, wrap up. I gotta get Sergeant Major back to the rear.
Yep.
And they be like, this specialist walking around here like he's somebody. You eat for you.
You know who I am?
Right. But I'm the sergeant major driver, and I box for the post boxing team.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So every time I'm coming to the ring, I'm yelling out. Anyway, I get sergeant major to the chow hall. Right. As soon as I get there, I scare people head to the Hellies. People scared to death. You know, sergeant major come through, get the thing. You know what I'm saying? I be like, hey, Sergeant, no, put that in the carry-out cup. So I mean, no, Sergeant Major, you know what I'm saying? I get Sergeant Major, you know what I'm saying? Sergeant Major go back to the thing. We eating at the Humvee. Yep. And Sergeant Major like, hey, Special Uncle Freezy, you gonna be something one day if you can. So anyway, let me rock, man. Let me get out of here. Hey, I'll holler at y'all later on, man.
All right.
I'll see y'all later.